पहली बात तो मैं क्रिएटर हूँ, उसके ऊपर से एंटरप्रेन्योर हूँ. स्टेबल इनकम तो इन कंटेंट इट्स नॉट अबाउट क्रिएटिंग कंटेंट, इट्स अबाउट बी द कंटेंट. ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम मैं 150 की फॉलोअर्स है, आई वेंट टू 125 के फॉलोअर्स. वन होल ईयर एक फॉलोअर नहीं बढ़े, उल्टा 25,000 फॉलोअर चले गए. आई क्रैक्ड NMIMS which is one of the biggest business colleges in India, but I dropped out of in the first 3 days itself.
3 दिन में?
People talk about to get successful you need to do hard work, you need to have right people around you. These all are very glorified words. I haven't done any MBA in marketing, but I am working with big media companies right now to handle their productions. I was earning like into a couple of lakhs, then it went to bigger 7 figures. The biggest investment which you'll do is investing in yourself. So my approach is very different. I first plan my expenses. I need to buy this or I need to spend on this. This is very weird. मतलब काफी सारे लोग अपने इनकम से एक्सपेंसेस डिसाइड करते हैं, मैं अपने एक्सपेंसेस से इनकम डिसाइड करता हूँ.
Welcome to Creators Cashflow, the podcast where we decode identity, interests, bilkul personal insights and also income of your favorite creators. I mean, it's not just about paychecks, is it? It's about the mess, the mindset, milestones that shape it all. And to give us a peek of his journey today, we have a 21-year-old who's also a creator, but also a founder who runs a 9-figure company. 9-figure, you got that right. Let's welcome Harshak Sinha. Harshak, welcome yaar. Kaise ho?
Thank you so much, Korak. Thank you so much for inviting me, and it's absolutely fine, amazing, excited for the conversation.
I am excited as well. As we just mentioned, 21 साल के हो आप, creator हो, entrepreneur हो, founder हो, 9-figure company चला रहे हो. भाई साहब, आपको time 24 घंटे है या 28-32 घंटे आपके दिन में?
है तो 24 ही घंटे, but वही है कि how you utilize that 24 hours is the main game. And of course, ये सब सुनने में तो बहुत बड़ा लगता है, but it's all about the starting at the right time and doing the right thing and understanding what works, what doesn't work. अब we'll dive deeper into the conversation.
We'll definitely dive deeper into the conversation. You mentioned the starting at the right time.
Yeah.
So when exactly did the start happen? Before the start, how was the growing years at home like? What was the childhood a little like?
So I'm not having any like kind of a flamboyant story about my childhood that it was something special or I learned a lot of things in my childhood. It was normal like anyone else. I was living in Patna, Bihar. I originally belong from Patna. It was all going well. We shifted to Mumbai, of course, and Mumbai is a city of dreams, you know, like things work very differently here. It's all about celebrities, it's about cameras, it's about that चकाचौंध जो हम बोलते हैं, मतलब in Hindi we call that चकाचौंध. तो वो that I experienced that here in Mumbai. I realized or I recognized a thing about me that I am very keen about cameras. I'm very keen about video creation. I'm very interested in, you know, editing, designing, creating something, and that made me create a lot of YouTube channels back then. You know, I created channels on Vine, I created comedy videos, I created unboxing videos. We had to shift back to Gujarat, but while I was shifting to Gujarat and while the whole family was moving, this phase of, I would say, 2-3 years of struggle and looking at how things work, the one thing that my parents did right was they never covered anything. So generally what happens is, parents focus on protecting their child, of course, from all the hardships and from all the financial challenges which they'll be going through. But it happened the other way around with me. So my parents decided that we'll not hide anything from our kids.
Even the financial challenge conversations?
Even if it is financial challenges or if we are shifting, if it's something about the job or it's the savings that we are having with us, or how are we dealing with everything in this particular time. A guy when goes into their 30s, generally they experience these things around that, when they are having a job. They are probably moving to some financial challenges or having some struggles and everything happening. Then they experience these things, say, okay, अब मैं कैसे decision लूँगा on the basis of my current situation. But for me, I got a protected environment because of my parents, but I also got exposed at the very same time to the financial challenges.
Lovely.
So they always used to ask me, I was always told to be a part of that conversation. So that helped a lot. People say that I'm 21, but because of the challenges which I've seen and closely been involved in at a very young age, obviously that has played a very major role. So that's about the early phase, I would say, yeah.
That's absolutely amazing to hear. I mean, great teachings from the parents.
Yeah.
So Harshak, when you thought about starting your content creation journey seriously, Not those 5-6 channels jo class 6-7 ke time mein you also made, but one genre. Why did you pick finance?
See, I saw a market gap here. So I was always interested in business, finance and marketing, branding. And I thought that मेरे को content भी फिर उसी में बनाना because I want to be as real as possible. So while I started this journey, मेरे को एक चीज़ दिखी कि there are a lot of people who are creating content around it, but no one is simplifying it and telling it practicality के through कि किस तरीके से actually में चीज़ें होती है. So I decided that with examples I'll try to explain them. So I focus on that कि even if it is the simplest of these stories, I have to focus on giving them a POV so that they can learn something from them and apply in their real lives. So that's why I thought that okay, मेरे पास story telling अच्छा मैं कर पाता हूँ and मेरे को interest भी इसी niche में. So that's how I decided to start with this. So I started with podcasting. Soon I saw that a lot of creators are coming up on Reels. So I recognized that thing कि हाँ अभी Reels का time है. Reels will work, so I should get into this. Started with self-growth content. Side by side, I also started my business. That's Digity, which is valued in 9 figures right now, and we have worked with 50 plus brands in the last 3 years. So it all started parallelly. I was earning around 6,000-7,000 a month during that time with all these freelancing and video editing and content writing. उतना ही बनता था उस समय. I decided that I need to buy an iPhone because I was having a Samsung का phone था मेरे पास. But I decided that okay, the camera and the audio is great in an iPhone. So I want an iPhone. So we got an iPhone, and I guess the 10th or the 11th video which I created with that iPhone, it got my first million views.
Entrepreneurial language में एक term है which is 0 to 1.
Yeah.
Bro, you straight went from 0 to 10 or 0 to 100.
I still call that a zero in my journey still.
अरे ऐसा कैसा? तो I want to ask you, you mentioned the first million. Do you remember the first paycheck from content creation?
Yeah, of course. Like while I started creating content, of course, like I got a couple of deals in my business itself. Like because we were into helping brands grow on social media, so a couple of deals came in for the business itself, and a couple of brand deals, of course. So that made my income go from there to a couple of lakh rupees probably. Yeah.
Lovely. I want to ask you that from the content creation journey, फिर खुद की company started. Tell us a little about the company, what it does, the services being provided, and how did the company start?
See, the company was always there while the content started. So it was never like I started the content, then I decided कि हाँ अब business में उतरते हैं क्योंकि अब following हो गई है. While I was at 0 followers, I started the company that time itself. So my younger brother was in tech. He knew all about applications. He was already working with a lot of startups. He was already doing pretty well into tech. So I decided कि हमें एक martech company चालू करनी है. Martech is basically marketing plus tech. Me and my brother started. Then started in the sense we just formalized that okay, we want to do something. Then I met one of my co-founders in Delhi and the other co-founder in Mumbai. While I was giving my 12 boards, my dad told me clearly कि भाई जो भी कर रहे हो, make sure that you crack a big good college because जब तक कुछ income नहीं आता, कुछ नहीं होता. He was a very logical man. He always said अगर कुछ भी कर रहे हो, you should have the backing and the future ready. Because of that, I cracked NMIMS, which is one of the biggest colleges, business colleges in India. But I dropped out of that in the first 3 days itself.
3 दिन में?
3 दिन में ही drop कर लिया.
भाई
Because
ऐसा क्या हुआ?
अभी हुआ क्या उस समय कि 12 boards खत्म होते होते I hit 100k followers. I was getting good flow of income from my brand deals. I went to Delhi for an event where I met Mahi, which was my co-founder. I met him. We synced pretty well, so we decided let's move to Mumbai and see how we can take things ahead. So he moved from Lucknow. I moved from Gujarat, and Varun came along with me, of course. Then we
ये सब पहले ही मीटिंग में डिसाइडेड?
ये सब मतलब it happened over the course of 4 to 5 months की कुछ करना है. We have to do something together. We were ideating what we'll offer, marketing, tech, what will be our services. We onboarded a couple of freelance projects to align that how we'll be working together and what will be the processes. तो उसके लिए हमने कुछ freelance projects भी साथ में मिलकर उठाए थे. We came to Mumbai, we met Rupal. Rupal was already working with a lot of big companies and she was also going to start her own company and we were like, okay, let's do something together. So we 4 of us jammed pretty well and we started the company, which has been 3 years. We are basically into production, consulting, business consulting, tech consultancy, all these services in and around. So that's how it started. I moved to Mumbai because I had created multiple sources of income by then. It was brand deal, it was my freelancing projects, it was my personal freelancing projects which I was taking. I came to Mumbai, settled pretty well. All 3 of my co-founders got in and then we started the business.
Absolutely amazing. I've had the great fortune of doing podcasts with a lot of industry leaders, a lot of founders, a lot of entrepreneurs. The latest in addition is you. Finding a co-founder is almost as important as finding the right life partner.
Exactly. Word to word agreed.
बताओ जरा इस बारे में.
See, क्या होता है ना, maximum businesses, which if you see the data, maximum businesses are having some or the other, I would say, partners के बीच में कुछ ना कुछ issue आ जाता है. So the business doesn't go well. If all of your co-founders and partners are not aligned with a similar vision, किसी का vision है पैसा, किसी का vision है growth. So what happens is when you are not aligned in a single way कि हाँ मेरे को ये करना है, if you are not having all the boats sailed in a particular direction, then obviously it's going to rip apart. So, like while I was, like finding the right co-founders or the right people to work with or partner up with, I always saw that first, this person should become my friend, best friend or a very great friend whom I can trust on blindly. I can communicate all the ups and downs of my life. I can communicate everything in and out about me with the co-founder. While you're building a business, it's like it's your own baby. You have to grow that up. You have to find the right deals. You have to feed a very big team, and you have to get salaries on time. You have to make sure all your dues are cleared on time, rental, XYZ. So obviously, if all your partners are not very transparent or working together, are not properly aligned, then obviously you won't be able to grow anything. So I feel finding the right co-founder, you should look for that characteristic that, okay, how vulnerable or how true, honest I can be with that person. Because see, skill or talent can be acquired over time. I was not the most talented, or none of my co-founders were the most talented guys in the world who were having the perfect formula, perfect degree or perfect background, I would say. It was all about that, first, that passion to build something. So first, the boats were sailing in the same direction. Second, we gelled in pretty well. We were able to exchange thoughts properly. We were vulnerable to each other. We were talking transparently, honestly with each other. I haven't done any MBA in marketing, but I am working with big media companies right now to handle their productions, probably, big licenses, couple of years of contracts which are valued in 7-8 figures. So I don't think so. It's all about, I've acquired that talent and skill, me and my co-founders who have onboarded those kind of contracts in it. It's all about that we learned, acquired, and we knew how to rope that in. So that intention matters a lot. So get the co-founder with the right intention and someone you can work with. That's my goal.
Such an early age, when a lot of other youngsters have very different struggles that they are dealing with. Maybe those struggles were there in your life as well, love life, dating, ye wo, falana, dinkana. But you were also managing such heavy finances of your own content creation, finances that were coming from the company, which has co-founders as well. Did it get overwhelming at any point of time?
See, it was never overwhelming for me. If I talk about particularly my expenses, so my approach is very different when I look at my income. Generally what people do is they plan their income and then they plan their expense and then they plan their savings, XYZ. I go reverse. I first plan my expenses. That okay, I need XYZ stuff. I need this. I need to buy this, or I need to spend on this. I need to save this much for XYZ stuff. तो मैं ये सारी चीज़ें पहले प्लान करता हूँ. दिस इज़ वेरी वियर्ड. मतलब काफ़ी सारे लोग अपने इनकम से एक्सपेंसेस डिसाइड करते हैं. मैं अपने एक्सपेंसेस से इनकम डिसाइड करता हूँ. सो फर्स्ट आई मैप आउट एवरीथिंग कि मेरे को इतना पैसा इसके लिए चाहिए, इतना पैसा इसके लिए चाहिए. आई वांट टू बाय दिस, XYZ, सब वेरी वेल सेटल्ड. Then I look at how can I achieve that particular amount of income with my hard work and efforts. So it never got overwhelming for me, whether it be business or whether it be, see, ups and downs, it always happens. पहली बात तो मैं creator हूँ, उसके ऊपर से entrepreneur हूँ. Stable income तो, if you are a creator or a entrepreneur, stable income is not the term for you, of course. Unless and until you are in this industry since last 10-11 years and you have massive following and you have massive big business happening, then it's a whole different game.
You do have massive following. पता है Instagram पे 1.3 million and growing.
Of course, but like I'm talking about 1 or 2 years back. So I used to plan it that way. That okay, these are my expenses. Then I used to plan my efforts accordingly. I see money as a byproduct. I always see money as a byproduct because I believe that I have the talent. We are a right group of people and we have the right set of knowledge. So of course we can channelize that and money will become a byproduct of your hard work. So I feel that's the thing. It never got overwhelming.
At this point of time, 9 figures in the company, DGT, 1.3 million that you're handling on Instagram, so many that you're handling on YouTube. How do you balance both?
See, I was not able to balance in between. I'll tell you a story what happened. I was at 100k followers. So first year I went from 0 to 10k followers. The second year, the first 3 months, I went from 10k to 100k. Then that gradually went to 150k in the other month and it was going pretty well. I was 15 months into content creation. I was having 150k followers almost. From there, for straight 12 months, I don't know what happened with my content or stuff. I started focusing a lot on the business. So thoda udhar content mein inconsistency आई. And then I started experimenting a lot of content. During that phase, a lot of content creators came into the market with a lot of amazing content. So what happened is, during that time, मैं 150k followers है. I went to 125k followers. For straight one whole year, एक follower नहीं बढ़े, उल्टा 25,000 followers चले गए. Views were below 10k, कुछ engagement नहीं आ रहा था. But did I stop? I didn't stop. So I was creating content continuously there, everywhere. After some time I realized that it is happening because I am keeping two things separate. I was creating random stories, I was teaching about self-growth, but I was doing business in branding, marketing, tech, consulting and all these things. So I needed to have two separate brains working on my two separate firms. So I always I'm creating a YouTube video also on this, that I look at my content as a business itself. That if I'm creating a video, it's a product that I'm offering, and obviously there are people willing to watch and buy in the sense, follow my content or see my content, give me views, give me comments, and give me that engagement which I want on my video. So of course, I realized that we can't treat both these things differently. So what I did was, I made a shift. I decided I'll be the person who I am in front of the camera, and that worked. After a year, after being a year stuck at 150k, 125k, losing followers for a year, I didn't stop creating content. I changed my strategy to being authentic and real in front of the camera. मैं जैसे आपसे इधर बात कर रहा हूँ, मैं कैमरे पे भी ऐसी बात करता हूँ, ऑफ कैमरे भी ऐसी बात करूँगा. So that's the एक चीज़ मैंने डिसाइड कर ली कि in content, it's not about creating content. It's about be the content. So I've seen a lot of big content creators. They're not two different personalities in front of the camera. So it's unless and until you are a celebrity, it's a whole different thing. See, there's a difference between being a celebrity and being an influencer. Celebrity का role होता है, they get into different roles, they have movies, they have a whole different screen to play on. As influencers, people relate more with you, they are interacting more with you, so you cannot be two different person in front of the camera. So if you see all the big content creators, they are the same in front of the camera and they are the same in real life. So that's what I recognized while starting my third year of content, and that's what worked. And from 150k followers, I went to 1 million in 3 months, 3 to 4 months while using this strategy.
Crazy. Great advice there for all the budding content creators. As the followers kept increasing in this rapid manner, how did the cash flow increase as well on the content creation basis?
See, I feel while your followers grow, a lot of things comes in. For a lot of creators, it's like the more you grow, the lesser deals happen. Because then the deals which are happening are very big deals or very, see, when you are a small content creator, आप 100, 200k followers पे, a lot of brands can afford you. 50k, 60k, 40k a reel देके आपको वो लोग afford कर सकते हैं. When you become a very big content creator, then what happens is that all the major big companies who are doing brand deals and all the major big companies who are doing influencer deals in the market, they interact with you. They come up, they are able to afford that particular thing. So you are more vulnerable at that point of time that अगर influencer campaigns में ups and downs चल रहे हैं इस industry में overall कि हाँ deals आ रहे हैं, deals नहीं आ रहे हैं. Every creator, anyone in the industry can relate कि एक time आता है, कुछ महीने बहुत deals आते हैं, कुछ महीने बिल्कुल deals नहीं आते हैं. Ups and downs होता रहता है. The most vulnerable are the people who are sitting at the top because they are more exposed and they are more in demand in comparison to other creators which are there in the market. So obviously, I didn't saw उस तरीके से मैंने नहीं देखा कि हाँ बहुत ही ज़्यादा ऐसा मतलब कैश फ्लो बहुत ही हो गया. But obviously, it did go up 10 or 20 times. Of course, I was earning probably into a couple of lakhs. Then it went to bigger 7 figures a couple of months.
So Harshak, when somebody becomes a successful creator or a successful entrepreneur, or in your case both, as you mentioned as well, all the finance that keeps coming in, the income that keeps growing as well. So then there's a lot of disposable income that is there as well.
Correct.
Everybody sees the hunky-dory, the glorious, glamorous part of it.
Correct.
But what happens on the backside of it? What happens actually? What is the real reality of it?
See, I was lucky enough to find good wealth managers and my dad is also great in it. So I mostly whatever disposable income I have, I put it with my wealth managers who, probably bifurcate it and invest into multiple financial instruments in the market. For someone who is starting off or not knowing a proper, first of all, learn it yourself, that where you want to put your or park your income into it. You can learn it across multiple platforms and multiple, like information available everywhere. You can, as per your goals, decide where you want to invest, or else find a good fund manager or a financial manager who knows that as per your goals where you should invest in. So I would say, yeah, that's how it works.
But Harshak, you will also agree with this fact, right? कि a lot of budding content creators या budding freelancers, वो हमेशा personal CA they will not be able to afford. Exactly. So for them, that basic financial literacy is very important, isn't it?
Correct. I absolutely agree. See, पहली बात तो if you are एकदम young, 17-18 के हो आप, you need to have a PAN card properly, you need to have a billing system with you, and you need to track all your income. See, nothing is as complicated if you are a freelancer. Unless and until you are a business, it's a whole different thing. You need to have a CA while you are a business, or you need to dive deeper into it. I never did that much. I always had a CA by my side, or in the starting while I was doing, I had proper track of where my income is coming from. I made sure that all my income is getting recorded into that TDS transactions and everything. They are cutting that TDS percentage every year on every deal, and you need to have that basic knowledge. So I would say, like, you have so many videos and resources available on the internet today. You need to know what kind of income you are getting, what kind of slabs it comes under, and what kind of TDS reductions it is having, so that the income gets recorded. And at the end of the year, you need to file your income tax, for which you need a CA, of course. So yeah, I feel it's not too complicated. You shouldn't be too tensed about it. I'll tell you, in the starting 1.5 year, I was like least aware of these things कि TDS क्या होता है, invoicing कैसे करते हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा उस समय knowledge नहीं था. I was just going with the flow. So you don't need to worry about it. So like after a year when I recorded my income and everything, it happens. So everything is coming in your bank account. You need to know where the money is coming from, and you need to have proper documents. That's all.
Absolutely.
ज़्यादा tension लेने वाली बात नहीं है.
I want to ask you this one question, because for you, it is pretty recent. Class 10 board exams were not that far away. Pretty recent. 12 board exams were pretty recent. 10 and 12 was what? ICSE, CBSE? CBSE. Was there anything in the curriculum as far as taxation is concerned?
I was in commerce with mathematics. So obviously, accounting, business studies, ये सब तो था. Economics था, ये सब वो सारे subjects तो थे. But exactly ऐसा core taxation वाला तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं था.
Exactly, वही तो बात है. What Harshak said a little while back is so valid for all the youngsters out there. अपनी 10-12 की पढ़ाई तो कीजिए, content creation में interest है वो भी कीजिए, but people upskill themselves, right? Music में interest है, you learn guitar. Dancing में interest है, you learn dancing. This is a major life skill. Financial literacy, knowing how to handle your finances. For that, upskill yourself. Take use of platforms, use of AI. Take use of platforms like ABCD. Yeah. Handling your finances is as simple as learning those 4 alphabets, ABCD. Download the app, handle your finances better, and then who knows, you might become the next Harshak Sinha, handling a 9-figure company. One key piece of advice to the budding content creators out there as well, and the budding founders and entrepreneurs out there as well.
See, I always say this in all the interviews I go to or anyone I meet, is that nothing will go right. The best expectation you can have is no expectation. This is my line. Because see, people talk about to get successful, you need to do hard work, you need to have right people around you, you need to have the right environment, you need to have the right time. These all are very glorified words. You feel that, okay, hard work, कौन hard work नहीं करता? If anyone wants to earn big or do big, they do hard work. मैंने भी 1-2 साल बहुत hard work करा था. But what about when you are not feeling like doing hard work? So hard work, ups and down होता रहेगा. Because it's human body, it's human brain, it will get up and down. Right people around you. You will not always get right people around you. Some people will come, they'll go, they'll probably not give you the right advice. You'll never get anything. The only thing you can get is not to stop. I say, लोग बोलते हैं कि 99 out of 100 startups fail. This is a fact. 100 startups चलते हैं, 99 fail करते हैं. But that is the half truth. The truth is that 100 out of 100 startups fail. उसमें से 10 उठते हैं, फिर वो 10 गिरते हैं.
It's about the ones
who 5 उठते हैं, फिर गिरते हैं. उसमें से कोई एक जो खड़ा रह जाता है ना 4-5 राउंड,
जो गिव अप
उठने गिरने के बाद
नहीं करता,
जो गिव अप नहीं करता, वो बनता है. So I say So that's my piece of advice, that it's all about persistence. Just be at it at any cost. And just like, things will not work according to you, things will not work according to your expectations. Just learn to deal with it and just be at it, and things will happen.
Absolutely.
That's my advice.
Tenacity. Tenacity is the word that you're looking for.
Correct.
No point in becoming a serial entrepreneur
Correct.
if you keep giving up and moving to the next idea.
Correct. I've seen people struggling like that, right? They keep on going from one venture to another, one venture to another. 6 महीने में अगर आप अपना business ही change कर दोगे तो क्या ही होगा? फायदा क्या? You need to be at it.
Exactly. No good podcast is complete without a fun, rapid fire. So Harshak, are you ready?
Yes.
Brace yourself. Fast, rapid answers.
Okay.
Considering creators abroad get paid way more, have you ever thought out of moving out of India for the money?
No, I don't think so. Not for the money. Of course, to travel, explore new markets, yeah, but not for the money.
When your CA calls, what's your first reaction? Ignore, panic, or meditate?
I'll pick up the call and I'll listen to what he's telling.
And then give the reaction.
Never ignore your CA call.
Never ignore.
He's not calling for himself.
Yeah. कभी माँ का फोन काट दो, कभी गर्लफ्रेंड का काट दो चलेगा, बॉयफ्रेंड का काट दो चलेगा, CA का फोन मत काटो. Yes. Okay. If content stopped paying completely, would you still keep creating?
I always did. I will keep on doing it. It doesn't matter what I'm getting paid from my content. It's all about the main motive behind it. I love creating content.
Lovely. But one content creator from India, jinka content you like?
I don't have any names.
Indian content creators, up your game.
ऐसी बात नहीं है.
Up your game. Harshak को बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं.
नहीं ऐसी बात नहीं है. Everybody is doing amazing, but I don't want to be biased with a particular name. There are a lot of content creators. I love a lot of content creators, but एक नाम किसी का लेना हो तो मैं नहीं लूँगा.
Okay. One brand you still want to pitch to but haven't yet.
Apple. I am a crazy Apple user.
क्या बोलते हैं उनको? There's a term for that, no? Apple users के लिए?
I don't know.
नहीं, जैसे Swifties है for Taylor Swift.
ऐसा है क्या?
Apple fanatics के लिए एक word है.
नहीं मेरे को नहीं पता.
Can't recollect. मुझे भी नहीं. Harshak, creator or founder? Which title do you like more?
I would say that I am a mix of both. I would probably call myself an entrepreneur rather than a creator or a founder.
Bro, entrepreneur and founder तो थोड़ा बहुत similar हो गया ना?
Correct. तो I would say founder, but founder in the sense कि मैं अपने business को भी business की तरह ही देखता हूँ. From a founder perspective, I look at my content creation also as a business. तो दोनों में I would say common तो founder ही है, तो I would say founder. If you don't look at content creation as a business, I look at all my viewers as my customer. That okay, I need to create a community of my customers. I need to treat them pretty well. Customers are God. You need to give them the right product, and I look at my reels and or whatever production I do as a product to the viewers. So obviously I treat this as a business.
Okay, Harshak, if tomorrow you had to start from scratch, what's the first thing that you would build?
I would start with an AI page. मतलब मैं अपने आप का ही AI बनाकर I'll start creating content through that. You have seen Varun Maya. Varun Maya has scaled to 1 million followers with his own AI trained model and everything. So of course, AI is the next big thing, and that's how you can scale and grow really fast in content. So I would feel that AI को बहुत ज़्यादा use करूँगा मैं if I'm starting again.
The platform is there. It's called Heyzen.
Heyzen, yeah.
Correct. Heyzen, and there's an audio platform also. जिसके through आप line से content बना सकते हो.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. What's the most ridiculous feedback that you've received from a client or a collab till now?
That कैमरे में देख के बोलो.
You said you have that habit, ना?
Yeah, I have that habit, but अब मैं देख के बोलने लगा. But of course that मैं अपना style generally brands के लिए उतना तोड़ता नहीं हूँ. But हाँ.
One buzzword or trending word in the startup ecosystem that you feel is overrated?
Funding. I think that people, all these entrepreneurs and people think that एक check sign करके तो देना है. And a lot of people get into startup and businesses just to get the funding,
or
so
just
they
to
can have a life.
Or just to go on that show.
I have seen a lot of founders taking crores of checks and starting a big office with no business plan. So I feel that funding को बहुत ज़्यादा lightly लिया जाता है, but it's not as lightly. It shouldn't be taken as lightly as people are taking.
Harshak, it was rapid, great answers there. So if you can give 1 or 2 pieces of advice to the people out there, doesn't matter, content creation, people are working jobs, people who are entrepreneurs, how do you have a good relationship with money?
It's all about not giving too much priority to the numbers. It's about giving priority to your work, giving priority to your plans, and giving priority to where you want to go with. So once you have those things in clear, generally when I meet people, सबके दिमाग में होता है 10 लाख रुपए महीना मेरे को कमाना है, 50 लाख रुपए महीना मेरे को कमाना है, या I need to earn 5 crores or 10 crores a month. It's not about the numbers. You have to go why you need to have that. What's your goal when you have that? How will you utilize it? So it's more about defining that relationship with money. कि if I'll have the money, I'll have XYZ stuff, and this is how I'll be happy. So once that is defined, obviously your relationship with money is also defined.
Lovely. Now an important question. Advice for the youngsters who are trying to manage their finances, trying to handle their finances, trying to get to know more about how to handle finances. What will your advices be?
So firstly, of course, invest in yourself, make yourself ready to earn income. And once you are having a comfortable income and you have dreams to achieve, probably a home, car or whatsoever, plan investing into multiple financial instruments. Like right now, financial education and everything is widely available everywhere. So of course, that's the advice.
And man, what a chat this was, yaar. Thank you so much for your time. Some amazing answers, amazing insights. I'm dead sure the viewers really enjoyed it as well. Tell us in the comments, how did you like it? How did you like it? How was the chat for you?
I enjoyed it. It was pretty candid. It was pretty raw, and I always speak my heart out, so I did it.
Lovely to hear that. It was great for us as well. Do tell us in the comments below, how did you enjoy this conversation? And of course, as we have discussed multiple times throughout this conversation, this chat, that it's very important to handle your finances better. It's very important to manage your finances better. And if you too are looking for answers when it comes to that's fair, then download the ABCD app now, because on the ABCD app, managing your finances is as simple as learning about those 4 letters, ABCD. This is me, Korak Roy, with Harshak, signing off. I'll see you in the next one.